Good evening and welcome. Alright. I hope people are well tonight. Oh, there's definitely some of you around. Hi, Sayarnis. Say hello. I mean, this is a tavern, right? You know? Where drinking and socializing is the name of the game. And, of course, putting paint on little plastic figures. And, of course, it's a tavern because we always gotta start with this drink from the shot glass. What you do? Well, maybe I'll do my voice some favors. Although, I think we're gonna have to go get more of the rum. The rum is almost gone out of this bottle, but we have another bottle. It is in my kitchen. I managed to kill this entire bottle before Joe wanted to drink any for himself. Oh, it's not quite dead. Not quite dead yet. One more hit will do it, though. Because you guys keep spending points, or specifically you keep spending points to make it all gone. Hi, Dwayne. How are you? I'm doing better. I'm doing markedly better than I was. I actually did something I haven't done in a while last night. I slept the whole night. So cheers to that. I will definitely drink to that. And with my Coke Chaser, I still do have a bit of a cough, but it's not where it was. I have my supply of Werther's Originals. You know, anybody who watches Critical Role will probably laugh at me because they implied on the show that Werther's Originals are really only for old people. And I take exception to that. I don't think I'm old. At least not yet. In fact, I'm going to have one because I feel like I'm about to start. I shouldn't have any issues like I did last Wednesday because that was just the worst. Also, I didn't have these, which really do seem to help. So, back to Mr. Mermaid. I will take... I want to take all the suggestions and names, and eventually, when I post the final shot of him, I want to take and I want to put the list underneath of all the suggestions for his name. So, if you're on my Discord, feel free to suggest names of this guy. If you're on my Twitter, feel free to comment with a suggestion of a name for this guy, or any other things that you might see him on. Those are the main two that you're going to see him on, though. So last time we talked about, I wanted an alternative source of leather other than, leather. And I forget who it was. Someone said walrus leather. And I'm like, hey, that's actually a thing. I did find examples of walrus leather. I don't know how good it is because they apparently do use walrus hide for blankets, which doesn't seem that protective. But it looks like there's actually for funsies, why don't I put on display? So this is what I was looking at. Oh, I didn't want to actually go to the site, but basically there's a walrus hide blanket. I love the different colors in it. I don't know if I can capture that. Especially since I'm just doing some straps and things. I'm not doing like a huge piece here. That'd be really cool though. But there's a walrus, bag right there. At least according to the thing it is. So I like this, but I don't think I'm going to do all this variation. It's just a little strap. So, walrus hide, it does exist. And it does make sense for mermaids to use it. Where's the brush I was using? There's the brush I was using. I was doing a little painting on my secret project. I have a secret project I'm doing because basically it's a contest entry for the store that I run my painting days at. And I figured, what the heck? I probably should enter it. Walrus leather actually does look, maybe it's a little darker. It's got variation. Let me go look at my picture again. I want to say it's more, maybe I want to start with more ruddy leather. Maybe mix some ruddy leather in with some leather brown. Maybe mix these two colors together. So I'm going to start with that. So basically I'm working on this around the piece that's holding his armor, which is a seashell on there. I really like that. So how is everybody tonight? By the way, I'm not looking at the screen at the moment. Let me switch over. Okay, here we go. How are people tonight? It is the hump day. So we are halfway through, or we are over halfway through the work week. So yay, there's that. I'm all for that. You know, I love it when I wash this brush and it doesn't come clean. I mean, this is the brush, this big hunk of brush is just for mixing paint, so I don't really care about keeping it well preserved. It was actually it was a donation, but it was a really cheap brush. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little green to this too. Good. Dwayne, you still working on your obsidian crypt? I won't bother you until you finish that. Had to move some bunny. Wait, were you in bed? I mean, great place to watch Twitch. In bed. Needs a little more brown. So, because there was no stream Monday, we're going to have a lot for show and tell this week. Or relatively speaking. That's pretty good. Slow and steady is the best way. Unless you're painting an army, then learn how to paint fast. So all sorts of fun things going on this week. Not so much on Streamland. My stream is going to be normal. I'm going to have my usual Saturday stream. At least that's the plan as of right now. And Sunday, for those of you who might live around here and catch the stream at some point, it is the monthly Queen's Gambit painting party that I host from 1 until 5. So we get a good 4 hours of painting time in. I hope Bunny shows up. That'd be great. And of course, I'm sure Crimson will show up. I know Bunny can have questions about work hours, but I hope she's coming. The other thing that's going on there, as I think I mentioned it, they're having a mini painting contest. So it had like, I think I was number 9 who actually bought something to enter. But they're all units of 5 guys or more. I took one that only had 5 because that's what I'm going to have time to do. If I even do have time to do it. I started it. Can't really show you because the public is going to vote on it. So it's just kind of for fun. It's, not a real serious painting competition. It's a good excuse to pick up a unit and paint it up. And even if I don't get it done, it was a good source of inexpensive minis. I have to get it done by the last day of May. So May 31st. So at least I have part of Memorial Day weekend to work on it. Small apartment, small computers are... Oh, okay. Small apartment, small computers in the bedroom. I get that. Yay! I think, not positive, but there was a chance that some of my fellow streamers who live in the area will be there. A Mr. Gel Tip and I don't remember if it was Big Jim Slater Rathmore that said they could make it, or maybe both of them. It'd be a freaking miracle if they all show up on one week. That would be kind of miraculous. God, my voice is still shit. Oh, I flip them. This paint is pretty thin, especially since it's on my wet palette, which makes it thinner. Because a wet palette will add water to it. But it's sticking okay considering to the bones materials. It's not too wet. I do like the color too. I do need to get this done because I want to do the Critical Role Pike figure next. Ideally, it'd be nice to get it done because I got plans for June. There's quite a few things I'd like to do for June. I'll be lucky if I can even do half of it. I am planning on trying to do... I want to join the Fabulous Marine thing. But that sounded bad. So the Fabulous Marines, it's a fundraiser for the Trevor Project. And it's because of Pride Month, and I believe the Trevor Project helps teenagers and such that are, I have to look up more details on it. I know generally what it is. although someone out there may know more about it than me. But I know it's a good cause, and it's something that the painting community comes, really, really comes out in full, I guess you could say. No pun intended. To really help out. So I think I want to do it. It means I'll have to figure out how to set up Streamlabs to do donations and such. But it might be nice, even if every little bit helps is the way I view it. So that's sort of my plan. So I've got some ideas for things I want to do that are related. And then the other news, I just emailed them back. To be fair, they took forever emailing me, but I took a few days because I haven't been feeling all that great. Everybody pretty much knows that, follows the stream. But tonight I was sitting at my computer like, oh yeah, I probably should email them back saying I want my affiliate link. So I am in the process of becoming a Reaper Minis affiliate. I'm quite excited about it. Okay, so I'm going to take the leather, but I want to add a little, once again, I'm going to do this as my highlight color, and I add, once again, a little green to it. Why can't I close the lid? So I know I'm like looking at Sayana saying I just bought all these paints and thinking, oh, if only I had the link going. I go over to get credit, as if you use the link. And you know what? You don't have to. If you get other painters or whatever. It's not a big deal. There are rewards if you have enough traffic with your link, but honestly, I don't care. I just want to share the Reaper love and be part of the family. Because I do consider them a family. One of my families. Alright, let's see. Highlight color made. I'm going back in and blending things in a bit, and because there is a fairly big jump between the values of these two colors. So it is going to take a little blending in, and maybe taking a little bit of the two and mixing them together. I don't think I'm going to have to do that, but oh, maybe I will. trying to, there's almost like a little ridge. I almost want to hint at that. Not, yeah, it's okay. Well, we can always change that. No, I'm looking at Cyrus. He just bought a Learn to Paint kit, which is a really great way to get paints. I mean, if you're doing something other than painting armies where you need the same colors to do the whole army, it's definitely easier. If you're painting stuff like this, Reaper paints are the way to go. Sorry, GW, but your paints, your washes and shades and stuff are good. Your shades are good, your technical paints are good, but so much of your other stuff, your regular paints are crap. And Reaper is like 5,000 times better. Reaper does have shades. They don't really have the technical paints, I don't think. No, they don't have technical paints. But they do have washes, and I've used them. They're not bad. The only thing is, if you're listening, Reaper, find a way to do some that are not so shiny when they end up. I know you seal your stuff, but and that tends to mat it down. But I like the fact that Games Workshop inks are matte. They dry matte, and that's one of the pluses, I think, to them. But for this stuff, the paints are the best. I mean, it depends on what you do. So if you're Kevin, you play Warhammer, and that's what you focus on. I totally understand why you use Games Workshop paints. I mean, I said I do too, because it just makes it easier. But if you look at a lot of the stuff I do, when it's not in Army, I use Reapers. And some Privateer Press. And some I have Army Painter, but I find I don't like Army Painter that much. Because the paints tend to be too, they have too much, they'd have too much of the suspension liquid and not enough, and just not enough pigment. I guess the other thing I was... Oh, that's Gareth! You're early tonight. Listen to me croaking. Jeez. So my voice has gotten better since Monday. It was way worse on Monday. How are you? Oh, that's right. You're moving. Ew, icky. I hate moving. That's like, I know, I was going to say, it was so much worse on Monday. And it's not great now. If you probably can pick up on it. I'm also not hacking up a lung like I was a week ago. That was the worst part of the whole thing. I slept last night going this last. I know. I'm hoping this is it too. Because I've had enough. Totally enough of this BS. I've been there since the end of. I'm trying to remember when February came down with it. I've been there since February, March, April, and May. So there was a time when it got better. But it's just been freaking awful. So I was just saying all the things, that are going on. And the big one for this channel is I'm working on becoming a Reaper affiliate. Finally, they finally emailed me back with an apology saying, we're really sorry. I found it in a bunch of unread emails. I'm like, oh, that's a good place for it. And then they sent me the details. And it's like, okay, so you got to do, basically affiliate, you got to help promote them. Like I do already. I've tried to retweet their tweet. The one thing I probably will start doing more now is try to promote them a little more on my Facebook page but I do try to get them and try to actually watch and see what they're doing on Twitter rather than just waiting for their things to come by. And of course, I already I believe me, in Discord, if you notice, I have the news going on in our Discord. And, of course, I try to hype up the Kickstart. Well, that's for my benefit, too. I wanted more stuff. You know what, Gareth? Let me tell you a secret about this. Anyone who wants to can be an affiliate. All you have to do is love Reaper, reach out to them, write Michael Collins. I'm sure I can send it to you if you want. But Michael Collins is the point of contact. And just say, hi, I'm a streamer and I'd like to be an affiliate. And then he'll send you back info. Okay, so basically, if you promote them, they'll actually promote your stuff. And I know they'll even do it even without me being an affiliate. If they'll like my post on Twitter and such. I get what you're saying. But the thing of it is that they send you an affiliate link, and I think only the top 25 actually, out of all the people that do it, I'm pretty sure you've heard Michael talk about it. The top 25 links, they get the ones who get the Reaper bucks, so to speak. But honestly, I just want to do it because I want to be part of the family, and that's it. I am gonna. Like I said, it's weird because now that it's going into that this is finally, hopefully happening. I'm gonna be doing some non-Reaper projects, but I will be using their paint. I mean, I do love their paint. So, except for June, I want to do a Noise Marine. You also could look for the Fabulous Marines fundraiser thing too. which is for the Trevor Project. And of course, June is Pride Month, and that's what the Trevor Project supports. Is I believe it's for teenagers and such that need help. So I'm thinking about doing that and setting up a fundraiser on the stream. So any little bit will help. Yeah, I looked at this and it's still not quite enough. Get picky here. And this is his walrus leather straps. By the way, I was gonna say, then you should, but you really like the 40K stuff, you really should consider doing a Fabulous Marine too for June. Actually, they have a Twitter that's under like Fabulous Marines. I was gonna say, mini painting friends of mine did it last year. So it's like, and I started my stream, Fabulous Marines, phone. They have a Twitter, and I think I actually retweeted their thing too. Let me check. It was not right away though. Oh, I did. They're literally, if you want, they do have a website, fabulousmarines.com, if you want to check it out. It's help raise money for the Trevor Project, promote inclusivity in the wargaming community throughout Pride Month in June. Fabulousmarines.com. But they're under Fabulous Marines, or at Fabulous Marines on Twitter. And basically, you just paint up. It doesn't have to be a Marine. It could be, it looks like in fact, it doesn't have to be 40K, but I think that it does seem to be what people do. I have a Noise Marine that would be perfect for this. And the thing they suggest too, like with weapons and stuff, is have fun with them. So, you could do like, you could turn guns into candy, guns. Someone did you like a candy cane. Hi, Jotun, how are you tonight? Happy Wednesday. All right, so God, every time I hear my talk, I just can feel it. It just feels so bad. All right, so I got a little seashell on there. I am better than I was on Monday. I'm better than I've been in a while. I did something unusual last night. I actually slept the whole night. That hasn't happened in quite some time. Wish I could remember what the hell the name of that shell. It's a scallop shell. Ooh. That's a wall sculpture though. I'm looking for a seashell design. Actually, it's a scallop. I knew that. I used to study. I used to like have books on types of seashells. When I was a kid, I loved, I don't live far from the beach. So, and I would go to Florida or go to other places that actually have like good seashells. And I would go beachcombing there. I don't want to do pink. Gareth says, I just had an idea. I should pick up one of the custodes from there for a text-to-speech. Because they're fabulous. Oh my, yes, sure. Go nuts in the color. It said, obviously, pride colors in any of the different things are welcome, but... And that's what it is. You do rainbows, or you could pick any one of the flags. So think, anything near and dear to your heart. Of course, if I do a noise marine, I'm probably going to do rainbows. That is funny. Ironic they chose 40K because the Imperials will at least include... Remember something, Crimson. There are no good guys in 40K. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. They all suck as people. Or aliens. They're all evil. Every single one. It was more, to show that we, the painters, are an inclusive and welcoming lot. And I think actually that's true with painters, and not even just talking about, inclusivity about, I always blow this, LBGTQA plus. I always am afraid I'm going to screw that up. But not just inclusive there, but I feel like painters are a very inclusive lot, even with new painters and such. We just want people to be part of our clan. There's so much brown, and I could do orange. To be fair, the Imperial doesn't care if you're gay, so as long as you serve. That's probably true. Alright, let's see. What did you link? Oh my God. You could probably submit those for sure. Alright, alright, here, I will show you. Here, maybe I'll do show and tell right now, but this is just too good. Lordy. Tabletop is for people who are in oiled apps, bizarre ventures, text-to-speech devices, fabs. Oh my God, they're awesome. I'm missing the one, though, that's like, flexing like like a bodybuilder. I love the guy who's crouched down. That just, oh my God, I love this set. That's fantastic. Thank you, Gareth. Alright, so, actually, I should switch. I'm glad I switched off, because right now, the last thing I was on Discord was my podcast that, I was listening to, not recording on this week, because reasons. And we were posting memes in there, and they are not very, they're definitely not suitable for work memes, for sure. So let me actually get to where I need to go to. Alright. Here's where we left off. Alright, so let me switch it now that it's safe. So here's the stuff that was shared in my finished work folder since last Saturday. And first came from my good buddy Rocket Koopa, who is a personal friend of mine. Know him he's my GM for Saturday night, and I'm trying to figure out what. I mean, there certainly is a rabbit you pull out that she pulled out. I don't think she could pull it out of the hat. Actually, in fact, I'm not really sure how it fits in the hat, but he also plays a character. He plays and has an NPC that has a hat. There's an extra dimensional space, so why not? Wait, Kara, I've never seen it for his checks of speech. No, actually, I don't know what that is. I saw the thing that Gareth said, and it didn't really register, so I have no idea. But he did a really good job. My friend here he's a really good painter, and he picks a lot of really good offbeat minis like this. I love it. I love it. And then Mini Mommy she said she didn't love the face, and I was like, she's got 9. She's crazy because it's good. She could probably use a little more highlighting in it, but honestly, I think the face is pretty well done. I love the eyes. I love the eyebrows. Love the way the skin tone with the hair, and the way the hair kind of. Oh, let me see if I get my mouse up here. The hair. I assume you all could see my mouse. Otherwise, I've been doing this the whole time and not realizing it. Oh no, I'll link it on Discord for you later. Okay, sure. Geez, if you've seen it, you would hear that pictures of sure. Oh god. But as usual, her work is so top notch. She's a really. I don't know if she realizes how good she is, but she's fantastic. And then Tony Howell dropped by. And so basically this is what he's doing it for, is the Pathfinder iconic druid, Linny, with, I think she's the druid, with her cat companion. But you can't, oh yeah, Lynx. I couldn't remember the name of the cat. I know it was Linny though. But here's what he built for her to hang out with. I believe there's a koi in the little pond there, but that's fantastic. He's a really good. You can actually, all you guys are really good. I love everything everyone does. I love all this terrain. You did a great job on it. And then from Crimson, speaking of Marines. Hey Crimson, I think there's an actual face with an eye on that. But nicely done. I believe this is one of the ones that goes with, what are they, Grey Knights? Because this clearly goes, although there is red on this, but I dig the purple. Definitely digging that purple cloak. Nicely done on the gold, too. You really do a job of keeping that on those higher edges. I said it's nice when they do give you something to aim at. But even then, you still got to know how to be really light hand and be really delicate to not get the paint on where you don't want it to go. So that came out really nice. I thought there was something else. Maybe not. All right, 3D printing. What do we have? We have stuff from Schnur. What'd you do? Oh, Lauren actually has been doing some printing. So this is what you've been up to, saying this. Making little figures. Who did this? Oh yeah, and this really cool dice tower with that freaking spider. Although the thing that kind of was like, I was going ick, was more like, although I don't know if this is something here coming from his mouth, but I was like going, that's lovely. And he was making, and Warren was making some bases. And I'm almost interested, from the Steve Jackson Foes STL Kickstarter. Because my husband's big into Steve Jackson games, and especially Munchkin. Oh, and Schnur Chanur did these, and I'll tell you, yeah, he said he was headed home to see, hopefully see a good print, and I think they came out really, really nice. This is like the type of stuff that makes me want my own printer. Because 2,000 unpainted minis isn't enough, right, people? Fine, I'll go here. Oh, I see. You've just started. This is very, very work in progress. With it on a mini holder that I believe he actually printed. Maybe that's what. I love the fact you did it in purple too. That's a good start. Of course, yellow and. Oh, I'd be interested to see what color pants you're gonna make them, because then the yellow is just gonna sit in the recesses. He will make a lot more sense when you get him done. I can kind of make it out, but it's a little difficult. PT is going to work on some dwarvesies. These are actually pretty cool dwarvesies. Those are the same ones, okay? And then he started this one too. Looks like he must have a horse or something he's riding on. He's clearly not... I mean, unless he could be crouched, I guess. And then I will count these as done. So, my buddy Dr. Zero Hour, who I know through the Hex Grid Heroes Discord, he's been painting up Tau, and he's got a bunch more that he's been doing really good on painting them fast for sure. He's got to me, a really good color scheme with this, grayish, green, brownish green, with the orange and the red. I really like that color scheme. I mean, that orange looks really sharp against that. But it's Tau Empire. It's another pick. You can tell because they got the purplish blue feet. For the greater good. Anything else in here? Oh yeah, that's right. So we had a new person join us, known as Dag the Preferred Child, and he's working on that same... You're right, that is something that's coming out. It's just creepy. I love the gold teeth. So you printed out the same thing he's working on. That's pretty cool. So very good, guys. I'm going to do this just to kill the stupid notification I don't want there no more. Alright. And that was what was in the display. Go back for Twitch. Which models? Which one? The custodes you were talking about? I was gonna say you don't have a name or anything for him, right? All right. So what color did I decide to do the seashells? I was kind of debating. He's got so much like orange and marie. I don't want to do him orange. I could do him pink. But I don't know if that really matches. There is something called a pixie scallop seashell. That's more... I don't know what color. It's purplish, believe it or not. You guys are going to rag on me because of my feelings about purple. But it's a very grayed purple. It's kind of like... So if I'm going to do purple, I'm going to have to add some gray to it. So that's what I'm going to do. Well, what about those guys? The ones that you did link? I think you should do those. Those are amazing. So I'm mixing some purple. I need more gray. In fact, I think I need... In fact, maybe I'll add a little black into it too to darken it up. That's how I figure out how to mix colors. I just start throwing colors together. And then eventually, pardon my hand, and then eventually I'll get the right color. That's kind of how I mix colors at work, though, if I'm like trying to mix something for my, for one of our digital printers, and I have to actually match the color. I'll just start playing with the sliders and not random. I mean, it's not that random. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, good point. That's a shame, actually. It's supposed to be more gray than purple. Nope, that's a little too much. Now I think I'm going to make this a matte seashell. If you actually look at it, seashells are matte, not shiny. Unless they're wet. Hold on one sec. I mean, I guess it could be argued that he is under the water. He is a mermaid. So maybe I'll think about it. As a reminder, if you get any mermaids at home or mermen, like this guy, it is MerMay. I put up a special channel for it if anybody wants to do a mermaid or merman or merfolk. Paint up something like this and share it. See something with her. So I did one already. This was her. Okay, so she doesn't... I did go with more shinier seashells. Just really happy with her face. I may have to go back in on his nose. One of the things that's bothered me all the time is his nose seems to be too light. I know it's supposed to be, but there's such a thing as keeping things in context, too. It's like he's got the sunscreen on his nose. Where's my white paint? I was using it too. White. Gotta put out some white. I think I'm gonna take just a touch of the color I made and mix it into the white. But I want it to be mostly white for this. I'm going to try to paint the tops. Definitely leave some of that dark color showing. And it's nature. You don't have to make it the same consistent color. Yeesh, I'm having trouble seeing the lines. Like I can see the lines, but figuring out what's raised and what's recessed. And anything you don't like, too wide there. Oh Lord, it's Gamer DJ, who is all excited for two things. One, he's got his Boston by Night. So Gamer DJ runs Vampire the Masquerade for us on the later game on Saturday night. The rules are it has to start at midnight. I'm not midnight, God. It has to start after dark because we are a bunch of vampires. And he's getting the source book for Boston by Night because he's running Salem by Night, which would be, yes, the witch city, Salem. Because we figure it might be a great idea to run a vampire game in a city full of witches. We actually have recorded the sessions. He could tell you better how good the quality is, but who knows? Maybe someday we'll release it. Maybe we won't. All I know is we're having a great time. And he's been hinting at that plot line, oh, what is that called? Gamer DJ, what is that plot called? Swan Song. So we are close enough to Boston that the events of Swan Song may actually be affecting, or will be affecting, Salem. So I'm kind of excited about it too. This part's a bit more solidly painted in. Looking at my picture I'm going by. Yeah, Salem, New Hampshire would not be as much fun. Also, it's really great. Swan Song. I did get it right. Um, Salem also has a very special meaning to me. It's where I went to college. So I have ties to it. I love the city. One of the best things we did was we went on a quote unquote research trip. Actually, it was to play this game. We actually went and spent a day in Salem. We had a ball. Now I'm just picking a few bits to highlight. Especially in the parts where the light's hitting directly. It's a little delicate. There we go. There is something out back. I could hear something, right? I thought maybe it was the TV or something downstairs. The more I listened, like, that sounds like an animal. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little bit of a glaze. I'm going to hit this. There. So now I've got, what have I got? I've got the little jewel there and the buckle. It's got no buckle on the back. Okay. So the buckle and this weapon. Well, yeah, not only that, right? Not only did he get the book that he's going to use in our game to kill all of us, but he also is getting the video game. So we may not see Gamer... No, we will, because he's going to come and run his games. Or playing them. No bailing on us. I'm trying to think what I want to do. Yeah, I'll play with the weapon next. Oh, I should do like... Speaking of graying out, I wonder if I got any... Do I have any wood color? Oh, I do. I'm going to try Brine Brown, which is kind of a grayish brown. I think that'll be nice for the... Well, let's see. So, pokey stick time. That'll be nice for the weapon. It's a very gray brown. It's almost like a warm brown. I mean, warm gray. Oh no. I want to go a little darker. I've used it on things. Maybe I'll base coat it a wood color and then I will put that on there. Do shield brown. God, everybody got quiet. What do you all want to talk about? If anything. I will talk about whatever people want to talk about. You can always tell me about your projects. I'm pretty sure Gareth, by the way, will be continuing on... what are you painting? Alright, so what are you painting more Grey Knights? AKA the palette cleanser? So you have to figure out what this loopy thing is. I'm not really sure. I will admit, I really do dig the fact that if it is quiet, a lot of times because people are painting. Oh god, so I was doing some painting. Oh, of course, because you need to get done. Painting of Ragnar. I'm planning to do more on the stream of Ragnar. I'll be working on Ragnar Blackmane more tonight for the giveaway. So yes, he's giving away a Ragnar Blackmane, which I believe is a space wolf. And yep, painting the Dread Knight. Oh, cool. Is it going to be done, Gareth? I mean, I suppose you could always... It doesn't have to be done for the giveaway. People will be more than happy to wait for you to finish, rather than you have to rush it and, you know... I got a lot of things I want to do. It will be done, but that just means my move is about a week away too. Well, that's... Oh, God. I think that's worse than the move is worse than getting that done. In terms of stress levels. I'm going to take a look. Alright, the shell's done. Oh, they do have them painted. Oh, Lord. Somebody painted this merman. I think. Let me take a look at something before I make an idiot of myself. Oh, seriously? I was looking at Aquaman, but they're all pictures of, well, the hunky Aquaman, aka the Jason Momoa version. I want the cartoon. Okay, no, I don't think it is it. It's not, but it's got that same orange that he has on his shirt. I'm basically looking for ideas for the, for his weapon. Well, at least they have been done. Alright, I'm going back. I think I like the one. I swished my thing. Alright, so... Welcome back, Jotun. Pardon me. I think I'm going to go over his lips. I think I'm going to do a little work on the face, too, before I finish this. And maybe a little work in there. I feel like I went a little crazy there. Alright, well, the first thing I think I'm going to do... I'm going to take some green. Find an old wood. I like to do... Oh, is that a gel tip? Alright, hang on. Let me...
I gotta have more cowbell.
How you doing, gel tip? You know, I should stop and I should do some shout outs, by the way. Let me add this green wash on here. I like how it kind of makes that wood. I like the color it makes it. Whoops, no green on his hand. It kind of grays it out is what. Okay.
Moist.
It's still there. They're both there. They're both there. I mean, the shot got used earlier tonight. Here's the Kraken. I know. I wish I could play the music, the Kraken music from Davy Jones, because it was awesome. The Pirates of the Caribbean. No! He's gonna make me get drunk. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually really good tonight. He's looking at you. He can look through the camera. You can tell the light's pretty bright. Maybe this eye's better. Less obstructive view. Oop. Not quite right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There's the Kraken. Ah! You went to Fenway? And you didn't invite me? What the hell? What the hell, Gel Tip? Did they lose? Or did they win? Or did you go for some other reason? Because I'm pretty sure they're in town. But I don't know. I haven't been paying a huge amount of attention. Oh. We killed the rum. But why? Why is the rum all gone? Because these fuckers keep spending points for it. Oh, nice. No, that's really cool. Cheers. Did they win or lose? Oh, maybe they'll win. Yeah, but you know what they're pitching this year? Smooth. Well, I'm still having... For me, I'm a lightweight. Let's see. It didn't pop up in my notifications. I'm still having allergy issues to boot too, but I always cough. Alright, so where was I going to look up? I was going to look up to see if the Red Sox managed to hold on and win. Yes, they did win 5-1. They are not doing all that well this year. Well, I hope you had a good time in the game. Although, that's the one thing, I would not have left if they were winning. I don't get to go to the games that often, so I only leave when they're losing by like 16-1. I did that one year. I actually left. I left in the middle of the game because it was the Patriots Day game and the Boston Marathon was going by, so I'm like, they were losing like 16-0, so I said, I think I'll go visit the marathon and see how the runners are doing. Alright, now I'm going to take some of this color. Just kind of paint some on. Leaving a bit of the brown showing. You know what? You know what? Seriously? You know what I do for the skin colors? I use the Reaper skin colors. That's it. That's really it. I mean, sometimes I'll mix and match. Like, if I want something that's a darker skin tone, but maybe not totally bronze. Here I went for the whole bronze. Literally, it's like this. I use these. Let me actually take some out. I gotta fix his nose. I'm not really happy with his nose. I'm gonna do that now, too. So I pulled these out. That's literally it. Reaper makes some pretty good skin tones. What I do too, for like the shadowing in there, I picked like a sepia tone, a dark sepia tone paint to do the real shadows. Oh shoot! I gotta move my glass, so I'm gonna dump that over. Why is this being a... Come on. But that's how I did that. Sometimes I'll mix and match. I'll like start with like, instead of the, I'll start with the bronze skin instead of the shadow, and I'll use this as the shadow. And I'll end with just the fair skin. I gotta tone his nose back because it's just way too much. I was gonna tone his lips back a little bit because I think they're too much. Blend some of the shadow there from his eyes in a little bit too. But yeah, basically that's what I do. Then a lot of it's just, getting the highlights where the highlights go and just leaving the shadows alone. So, oh yeah, that's right. I was going to do shadows. I'm actually amazed this man would ask me anything because to me he is way better painter than me. He won't say that, but I totally think he's a way better painter than me, so. But first of all, I'm going to shout out our person we're going to raid into tonight, Gareth. If you don't follow him, make sure you follow him. Always hang out and stay with us for the raid in about a half hour. And then, of course, whoops. That's true. I actually view that the same way. It doesn't matter if someone's been painting, even a couple weeks, they may have learned something that I haven't. And everybody works a little different. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if skin tones is exactly mine. I think highlighting them, like highlighting wavy things, that's especially me because I love doing it. Oh yeah, I was gonna fix his hair. Color may be pretty good for me too. Color and composition. Although you don't tend to have to compose that much on a mini. And you do have to do the basing and such if you're doing a fancy base. That was out of control. One other thing that I was taught right here was you do want white highlights. After all, hair is a shiny thing. I'm like, well, that makes sense. Just lightening it up a little bit in some spots. Still looks a bit like Lionel. He got another vote for Lionel as his name. Actually taking a little bit of the base color I did on the walrus hide leather and use it to shade under some of these. Well, where there's going to be a shadow. It is darker than the let me get my paper towel. Get back there. See, Lionel. Someone said I think it was Lionel? I have to go look. Alright, so my goal tonight was to get this all close enough to being done. So I could be finished on Saturday and start pikey. Alright, let me dig out. Don't mind me. Let me see if we can dig out my metallics here. Not in that one. In this one, I've got some I'm gonna go silver on this. I was looking up I just smacked my thing. I was looking a bit on true metal metallics and how that works. So maybe I'll try it. It seems like the theory with true metal metallics, I haven't really got too much into it, never really learned it, is that it's basically it's in the shading of it rather than the highlighting of it. You let the light determine the highlights. But when you go into you actually shade it. It seems like there's a lot of emphasis on shading. So what the hell, I'll try it. I am going to try to actually highlight it too, though, a little bit. Oh, by the way, who here was lucky enough to see the eclipse? And I hate you all. Because I wanted to see the eclipse. But it got cloudy. We had thunderstorms. You did? You saw a good chunk of it? So, Dwayne, you're in Florida, right? I think you guys had a pretty good view. In fact, I know someone in Florida who got a picture of it. I have a friend of mine who lives near Orlando. And she got a pic of it. And it was really cool. Alright, so. Oh, I tried looking out my window and then I looked and saw the clouds. I'm like, yeah, nope. Not happening. Although, a friend of mine who lives not far, actually. He lives in Lynn. He could see it in Lynn, which is only about a half hour north of here. I like this color. Nebraska. I know. Let's see. I know you're like in Nebraska, and it was very red. I think Dwayne's the one that's in Florida. I think we were technically in the path of. I think we were in the path of totality up here too, but the weather just didn't behave itself. So the first color putting on this is Cold Iron. Came out. It's actually a really good color. I like this color. I said, you guys are so lucky who got to see it. I mean, it's not like I haven't seen an eclipse before, but I always think they're so cool with that red moon. Tell you what, that's when I wish I was playing Vampire under a red moon. Oh, gamer DJ, you know, it's too bad we weren't playing. What was I gonna look for? I know what I'm gonna look for, but it's not in there. It's in my bag. Actually, I don't even know why I go with me because I'm not even gonna use it on those minis. Where is my melon oil? Nope, that's not it. They tell you to use melon oil on things that I've totally painted abaddon black. It doesn't really do anything. So because it's so black as it is. So I don't know what the deal is, but my paint is leaking out of my bottle, which is par for the course for Games Workshop. So I'm going to take and I'm going to apply, too much. I feel like there's too much on there. Okay, now I gotta let that dry. Also, kudos to all the people who get good pictures of it, too. So at least I didn't totally miss out. I did see it. Okay, I definitely like the nose better. It doesn't look like he's got a friggin'... And it is lighter than the rest of his face. Now I let this dry, and what it is you go back over with I'm going to go with a lighter silver, actually. I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to go back over this lighter silver. Actually, no, I may go back over with the initial color, and then I'm going to go over some higher points with this lighter silver. Crusader silver. But it has to be dry. Also, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do for the little gemstone down there. Haven't figured that out yet. Maybe I'll do green. Maybe I'll do an emerald. And then that's going to be a rope. Come on, dry. Actually, you know what? Since I got the colors out for it, I was painting actually something green as it was earlier tonight. That super secret project I can't talk about. Actually, the one thing I didn't do was paint it. One thing they say to do is paint underneath your metallics black. It looks okay without it. That actually color filled in pretty good. Add a little black to make this green a little darker. Just looking up something. Excuse me. Emeralds aren't really cut in diamond shapes like this, but I don't care. I just want a green stone. I was hoping for like a painted view. My Pinterest account would have this. No. Not helpful, folks. Fine. Let's just do this. Painted. Not helpful. My Google Foo, but I guess my Google Foo is failing. Like, it's catching Gareth. Art. This is not helpful. Not helpful. I guess I could just try to make it up as I go. Oh, people make pictures of gemstones. Like, just a gemstone. For the record, emerald is my birthstone since I was born in May. I go for a 6. Aha. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, so it is kind of what I thought. So, look at that. You do put the highlight right in the middle of that crosshairs. You did. Alright, Gareth. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do on the top ones, I'm going to try to he's got a gemstone on him, so I want to so one quadrant is darker than the others, and the upper two. I guess. Alright, so I'm going to lighten this quadrant up. So I'm going to take some green, some of the darker green, and put down on top of it. But it should remain lighter. And not that light. Admittedly, my wet palette is very wet because I did just actually change it. side, I'm just going to try to line it with that paint color itself. And now at the tip, just the tip, right, gel tip? Yeah, that gives it a gleam. I feel like it's almost too much. You know what? I gotta let it. Well, let me see if I can take it down a little at the bottom end here. That's cool. Okay. Now. I'm going to take and I'm going along these edges. They also say on True Metal Metallics as you go back and you actually further shadow a few spots that need it. Like right under there. This is me learning how to do this too. So I said I'm going actually in with some black paint, watered down a bit. Oh God, 2 minutes? Eh. What I'm gonna do, I think, quickly, take over my light shower. And of course, it's decided that it's not going to come out of the bottle. It's the only bad thing about raiding into somebody, you have to finish on time. tend to like to do opposites. So there's 2 dark areas there and then 2 light areas there. See, I'm going to go up to here. It's all an experiment because I want to try this on the contest entry. Alright, so I think this is... I think that looks pretty good. Get the top of that too. Alright. I don't know, is it going live? It never pops up for me right away. It is going live. Of course it's not popped up for me right away. So Saturday, if you want to see how this ends up, you're going to have to tune in and check it out. But made really good progress tonight. Got a lot of the details here. And pretty much I just have to finish the weapon and the silvery bits, which I think are almost done. And then just the base. And then I'll be on to Pike from Critical Role. I'm wearing my Critical Role sweatshirt. Oh, I keep hitting... I will see... Oh, yes! Excellent! Sunday is my... the painting party. Oh, there goes my voice. Sunday will be the painting party at Queen's Gambit from 1 to 5. That would be in Methuen, Massachusetts, off of Route 28 that goes into Salem. I will be back, though, before then. I'll be back on Saturday. You could drop by then, gel tip. I'll be back on Saturday from 12:30 to 2:30, as usual, to finish this guy up. I can't wait. And, gee, I don't know. I think that's about it for announcements. And, okay, there he is. He finally did show up. I like it when he shows up here so I can actually, have the thing spell correctly. But let's go rating Gareth and check in and see how he's doing on his giveaway piece. No, not plus, underscore. Oh, God, I didn't do it right. Garethy. No. I did not type this in right at all. God, I'm not even... There we go. H-R-E-I-D-M-A-R. Alright, guys. Here we go. Let's everyone come with me. And I hope you have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. You make it so much more fun for me to do this. And as I like to say, happy painting.
Hello, Muse and friends. Thank you for the